Well, John, as I've been doing real estate since 2016, I've had just myriad of different clients looking for different things, buyers and sellers. And I had a buyer one time ask me, they want to find a house, but they don't want something that they have to do any repairs on. They weren't particular on if it was a resale type property, maybe something built in 1980 or maybe even the year 2000, but they were also open to new builds. And how would you address this question?
Well, I've said this a million times, there are no perfect homes. And there is a difference between an older home and a new build. Like in a new build, people think, oh, they're getting a new home, it's going to be perfect. No.
Not the case.
Not the case.
Your experience.
I've yet to find one that was perfect.
Yeah.
And some builders accuse me of being fussy and whatnot, but it's like buying a new car. If it's got that scratch on the door, no.
Already.
You're not going to accept that.
No, right.
No.
Yeah, we would have them fix that ideally before we even got the keys and drove off the lot. I think that's fair. What are some of the common mistakes that you see builders? Actually, if we could talk first about maybe the different steps that are involved in say like a new construction home that would lead to some issues. If you wouldn't mind just explaining some of those steps.
Well, one thing to keep in mind in new construction, it's not one crew that does the whole thing.
Okay.
And so, you've got surveyors, excavators, and you're going to have basically the foundation crew. There's even probably a separate crew that does the concrete flat work, the concrete in the basement and the driveway and the garage.
Okay.
And then the framing crew, which will do pretty much all the structural work on it. And then, there'll be a different crew for the windows, for the siding. And then you have your electrician, the plumber. Okay, I can go on for days just telling you about everybody that works on this place.
Okay.
But each one of them, could have somebody having a bad day.
Yeah, and just mistakes happen just as they're building this. So what you're saying is that just by degrees of freedom, there's so many moving parts that one could interfere with another and maybe it doesn't get taken care of?
Well, the builders often will have somebody, overseeing, keeping an eye on it, but things still slip through the cracks. And sometimes it's just simple as, here you are, like looking at this house that looks perfect, and I go, there's something wrong with this new floor. It looks damaged. The fridge, it's a new fridge and it's got dents in it. I mean, those are simple things, but sometimes it can go beyond. And what I always recommend to people is have a home inspector look at it. And if it's already done and you're just now seeing it for the first time, still have them check it out. What some people sometimes do, if the home is being built from scratch and like you're buying this lot and the builder's starting to build it, where you can see every step, have the inspector come out at various times because you can't always see what's going on inside the walls.
True, yeah.
And
I've heard of people stashing stuff in walls as they're building it, and somebody goes to take down a wall and they're finding trash inside of it.
Well, that's not such a big problem, but something done wrong, something that can be a future issue. Like I've seen sometimes where, okay, well, the studs in the bottom plate aren't connected. That doesn't work. You're
talking about the floating wall and like.
No, I'm just talking about a wall they're supposed to be connected,
and they're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and just there's a myriad of things that can be wrong that you don't see. And here's something that's real important. Most people assume, the building inspector inspected it. It should be fine. They're not looking for quality of workmanship. They're looking for it to pass code.
And you're saying that by county and sometimes the state could have maybe some effect on that. So really they're just looking to make sure that it's not passing what we want for finishes, but really just making sure that the county is going to be willing to permit it by that, whatever that is.
Well, here's the thing. The building inspection process, believe it or not, the overseeing jurisdiction, whether it's city, county, or state or whatever, they can end up having some liability if there's something wrong. Most people don't know that either. And so
never knew that in the several years that I've been practicing real estate. Has that ever come up before?
And it usually doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just
so they really want to make sure that they're covering
Yeah.
themselves.
And the defense is like, it meets current code. And that's all it has to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But that doesn't sound like it's really all encompassing. It doesn't cover what an inspector would go there and look for. Maybe safety, or if there's something that's not functioning, something that needs to be repaired or replaced. And oftentimes you hear those sort of blanket statements with inspectors. So clearly through the stages of this, and I've taken buyers through the under contract, the new build process. And they've offered us the ability to go there and look at it, but you're saying bring a home inspector, because us never really, most consumers or clients or anyone looking to purchase a new built home probably haven't gone through that process enough to really train their eyes to see
no.
what needs to be seen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. Building inspectors know what to look for. The good ones.
Yeah.
Not all of them
Yeah,
are
that's
so
fair.
good.
Yeah.
I've run across some ones that know half of what I do. They should know what I know and more. And so most real estate agents don't have enough experience to do a home inspection.
That is a fact.
And even more homeowners or people looking to be homeowners don't have that experience. And so you want somebody that knows what it should be like and knows how to see the problems and point them out to you.
Yeah.
So home inspections to me are critical, and that's as far any home, brand new or really old, and they to go through check everything. Now typically on a new home they're not going to have to check everything. You won't probably have to do a sewer scope.
Okay.
Because the city official that inspected that
Probably signed
got
off on
inspected.
it. Yeah. Okay.
And
That's good to
there's
know.
generally fewer problems with the new sewer pipes than there are with like ones that are 50 years old or more.
A lot of the clay pipes that I've seen out there with root intrusions or collapse or these massive dips in there. Yeah, I've seen a lot of sewer scopes that are like that. And I mean, with the older homes, and maybe this will be a time, maybe a different segment that we can do is talk a little bit about the things that come up on a normal inspection on a resale or an older home, or something that I've been in properties that were built in the 1800s all the way up to homes from the 1970s that have just a lot of unique, wacky things going on with it that need to be addressed, quite frankly, whether it looks secured or might look like it's in a deep state of disrepair.
Yeah, that's a whole subject unto itself.
Good.
Because
Good.
there could be a lot of details, and we'll be talking about that. We're going to be presenting a series on the construction process in a series of videos.
Sounds
And
good.
we welcome you to watch it.
Thanks for joining us.